Fucking dope fiends trying to soak the raw loins. So when I die, I want my face up on some gold coins.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. I have a sample shopping video for you guys to talk about tonight. 4 fragrances from decantshop.com. Have you checked out decantshop.com recently? Because there are so many new things being added that I have to keep updating my list of what I want to review next. Just awesome. Great prices. Of course, that coupon code MAX12 is always good, so you can get 12% off your entire order. And I'm going to talk to you about 4 fragrances today. Some sort of under the radar fragrances. None of these are designer or mainstream. These are sort of indie or niche, and I really haven't heard them talked about. So I really want to thank Decant Shop for sending them to me. You know, check Decant Shop out for like vintage stuff, original formulations of stuff, discontinued stuff, just under the radar stuff. They have a really good eye for stuff that's not maybe trendy, but that's quality and sort of not that known about. So we're going to talk about 4 fragrances today. And let's get through it. I have one more round in this sort of set of fragrances sent to me, and then we'll go with a bunch of new stuff. I have a big list of stuff I want to go through, and these are my favorite videos to do, just so you know, because I get to take a quick look at what's out there in the marketplace. So the first fragrance is from the house of Alice and Peter. This is called Wicked Berry. I had seen this brand. I know that Indie Sense had sort of sold their stuff. You know, I was interested. I wasn't super interested. They come in these like cupcake bottles. And I know that House of Sillage does that. They charge a lot more for their fragrances. These bottles probably aren't as ornate. This brand sort of disappeared. They did a bunch of fragrances. I was interested in the backstory, and I found out that Gerald Gassain, who's the owner at Histoire de Parfum, created this brand. And they released some fragrances, and I don't think they did much after the first batch. This one is called Wicked Berry, and the notes on this one are lemon, lime, bergamot, and orange at the top, rose, freesia, lilac, blackberry, black currant, and raspberry in the middle, amber, sandalwood, vanilla, and white musk in the base. This was a 2012 release. If you're interested in this one, I think you should grab it from eBay now. It looks to be about $50 for a 30 ml of eau de parfum, and I do think this company did shut down. Very sweet gourmand. You get that citrus. You get a fruity, floral middle. There's not a lot of a heft of base notes to ground this, unfortunately. It's just sort of fun and fruity. I could see why it might appeal to someone coming in a cupcake bottle. Other than that, guys, this is sort of your celebrity fun fruity fragrance. I was hoping there might be a little bit more to it. It does have a berry thing going on. It's got a fresh sort of berry thing, but not something I'd heartily recommend, to be 100% honest. I can see why Lucky Scent sort of left this one to Indie Scent, and if they're owned by the same gentleman, and I could sort of see why they didn't, adopt this to their site. Next up is one from the house of Ganache Parfums. It's called One-Legged Joe. Ganache Parfums, you guys know, was Hout Parfums, owned by a gentleman named Jarkahi. So I've done multiple videos on their fragrances. They're all kind of similar. They're all very sweet. This one is a 2017 release from their Joe or Coffee collection. Notes of black coffee, wet coffee grounds, warm eclair, maple glaze, fresh cream butter, maple syrup, bitter woods. Not available on the Ganache site anymore. I don't know how you could find this one, but there's probably a million fragrances like it on that site. So yeah, coffee, maple syrup, gourmand note after gourmand note. There's probably a lot of pyrazines in here, a huge dose of ethyl maltol. This gives you diabetes smelling it, seriously. it's not bad. But you know, my big beef with these fragrances, I started to realize this, is that they're just so similar. You don't get a lot of diversity. If you really want a coffee gourmand that's as sweet as could be, you could check this out. I think you'd do better with Intoxicated by Killian, or Angel, what's it called, Pure Coffee, the espresso scent that I forget the guy, he's an indie brand, he did like this espresso fragrance. What the hell is it called? I'll remember it, and I'll get back to you. But there's a lot of coffee scents out there that you don't have to look hard and for a coffee scent. And to me, I think a good coffee scent needs to be balanced. And this is just for me, it's a little too sweet. There's just, not too much sugar. And this one, if that's your thing, you might like that. You might like Alice and Peter. For me, these are a little too sweet. Now, totally different direction. We have one from the house of Blackbird. I've never smelled a Blackbird fragrance before. This one is called Anemone. No experience with this brand. Now, I am in a perfume group and Facebook with Nicole Miller, who's the owner and perfumer behind this brand. She started this as a menswear store in 2004 that evolved into a fragrance brand. This is a 2016 release. The notes on this are plum, pink lotus, champagne, honey, tobacco, ambergris, styrax, and labdanum. Unfortunately, I don't have the price point in front of me. It's online. I believe this is like $150. It's not excessively priced. I'm actually going to do something really unprofessional and try to look this up while I talk to you guys, just because I want you to know about what this is, and I have my iPad in my hand. But with that said, these are available on the Blackbird website if you're interested in checking that. And yeah, it's $88 for a 30 ml spray Eau de Parfum, and this is really good. This is a nice fragrance. I mean, this is well done, guys. Yeah, you sort of get this like plum and grape thing. You get some little bit of florals. I don't really get champagne. I do get ambergris here. A little bit of tobacco and honey. Like, this is really wearable. It's different. It reminds me a little bit of a fragrance that I'm actually reading Luca Turin's book, the new perfume book, and he really gushed over a fragrance. You remember I did a video on it, not many people talked about this, called Fundamental by Rubini, and it's a great fragrance, and I think he gave it 4 or 5 stars, and it reminds me a little bit of that. I don't know why he didn't review any Blackbird fragrances. He trashed SP Parfums, unfortunately. He kind of treated Sarah from 4162 Days somewhat fairly. He gave Zoologist pretty good reviews, and in Gallagher he gave fairly good reviews, and he gushed over Liz Moore's Papillion brand, but I recommend you checking that book out because it's got like 1,000 niche and new designer reviews in it. But anyway, this is a really good fragrance. This is well done. It's balanced. I feel like there's money put into the materials here. I like this a lot. I think it's a good fragrance. I would wear this. I would buy this. Last up, one from the house of Profumum Roma. I think this is called Orangea. You guys know Profumum Roma prices. This one's $275 for 100 ml. These are expensive, but there's a very high concentration of oils. It's 30 to 40%, I believe. So you're getting what you pay for. These are extrait de Parfums. I have one. I think it's Dolces and Fundo, the one I have. I could be wrong about that. It's the orange creamsicle one. I think it's Dolces and Fundo. And it's good. It's a little, I'm starting to not love super sweet fragrances, but I do like that one. One spray is nuclear. I think they have a lot of fragrances worth at least checking out, and I think they do some different things. I really think they're a good brand. So this is a very simple note breakdown though. It's 4 notes here. It's petitgrain, bergamot, mint, and cedar. So it sounds like it's up my alley. I was excited to try this one out. And something just doesn't work for me. I find it to be medicinal in a bad way. I really like medicinal. I look at medicinal as two ways. You know, like I feel like in a little bit of a way, Invasion Barbare is a little medicinal. People feel like there's like a Band-Aid note. And then there's medicinal oud. This is medicinal in like a hospital sterilization way. And I don't like it. I just feel like if you're looking for like a petitgrain bergamot minty fragrance, you know, why wouldn't you go with, you know, Xerjoff Renaissance or Eau d'Italie Acqua di Cima? You don't need to go this way. It's not bad. It's not horrible. But this is very expensive. At $275 for 100 ml, I think it's more expensive than both of those fragrances. Than the Xerjoff. I think maybe the Xerjoff 50 ml, maybe it's 100 ml. But this just seems a little bit too much for me for what it is. It's not that good. I mean, it's good, but there's better in the genre. So guys, if I'm ranking these, it's very simple for me. Anemone is far and away number one. I would definitely recommend this. This is 2. Still, I would go Alison Peter 3, and One Legged Joe's 4. I would recommend Anemone very highly. Orangea, maybe. Alison Peter and the other one, you've probably smelled these things before. So that's it, guys. I'm going to close this one out. Decantshop.com has all these fragrances mentioned. I'm going to be back to finish this round up in 2 weeks with fragrances from Dolce & Gabbana, Guerlain, Comptoir Sud Pacifique, and I believe one other house that I just didn't write down yet. But it'll be a fun one next week. And that's it, guys. You can get these all at decantshop.com. Use that coupon code MAX12. It'll save you 12% of your entire order. Let me know if there's anything else in the site you see that we'll talk about.
Straight salt, we gon' get it. More murder, more digits. The gang. No, I'm not the one to bother. Gotta get it on your own. Call me Mr. Don't Holler. The pressure, the pleasure and the pain. Get measured. I don't got time for these lanes.